Communication has been something that's been on my mind a little bit. And it's one of the reasons that I actually want to start the podcast. I think that it's really essential to be a good communicator, to be effective at sharing your ideas in a way that, people can understand, being able to articulate yourself. And, one of the things that I love about the podcasters that I listen to is they are very effective communicators. The way that they interact with their guests and so on is something that I aspire to be. And, even more so, I'd like to, learn how to speak a little bit better, speak a little bit more clearly, analyze myself in these types of ways. So communication has been on my mind. And specifically the question of how to be a better communicator, what makes a better communicator, and how we can get people to like us more and to want to interact with us more. Not necessarily like in a fallacious type of way where we're going to go out of our way and pretend to be someone else. Not that at all. So, and this idea came, or this, I guess this idea I learned through Modern Wisdom with Chris Williamson. He was discussing how conversations aren't a competition. And I think he went on to say that there's some studies that show the people that are ranked as very interesting are often people that just ask more questions. And I thought that was really telling, and I took a really deep dive into it, and I realized, man, the people that I love interacting with the most are people that are, one, already interesting in and of themselves with how they communicate, how they share their ideas, their experiences, and so forth. But another aspect that makes them, great people to talk to, very interesting, is how they engage you in your topics and what you're talking about. They ask great questions. They address points where they have issues in a questioning type of way. That's how they raise their points. That's how they kind of issue, some sort of problem with your logic. So this kind of led me to this thing, conversations are more of a dance. It's not a boxing match. And they're not just a stage for your opinions. It's an opportunity to ask, learn, and listen. So getting out of this frame of, winning this conversation, I'm waiting for this person to finish talking so that I can put my viewpoint on. Like, it's kind of funny how when you really think about how certain people discuss topics, how maybe even you interact with other people, you can almost tell that, maybe you or the other person is just waiting to get their next point across. They're not even really listening to you. Like, they're getting the context, but all that context is doing for them is letting them preload the point that they're about to make so that they can share their opinion, their experience, and so forth. And that's not really how it should be. And Chris Williamson made this great point, is it's almost like a match of tennis where you're waiting for that ball to come so that you could just hit it back and try to score a point on them. But that doesn't really make for like a beautiful match. What's a beautiful match is, one where you're setting each other up, getting great hits across the net. And you can do that in conversation as well. If you're talking with your friend, maybe you don't need to always try to steal the glory, make the best point, one up them. Maybe you can just set it up for them to make a great point, ask a question that shows that you're interested, shows that you want to learn more, and you ask a question that allows them to dive deeper. And I thought that this was kind of eye opening to me. I mean, I love asking questions. I consider myself a decent listener, not great, something that I'm absolutely trying to be better at. But made me realize, man, I love when people ask me great questions. It makes me feel, hey, this person's listening to me. This person is giving me good feedback. They want to learn more about what I'm thinking. And it makes me feel great. And so, thinking about it this way really made me want to engage the people that I talk with in this same type of way, especially the people that I love and care about, because they definitely make me feel this way. And I want to make them feel even more like that. How can we do that? Stop just waiting for your turn to speak. Listen to what they're actually saying. And especially if it's something along the lines of they're talking about a passion, they're talking about something that they're very interested in. If your buddy, if your girlfriend is, maybe they're very into gymnastics and they've been training for 4 years and they're saying a bunch of stuff and you know a little bit about gymnastics, but not very much. We still kind of get this urge to we got to put our 2 cents in there. We got to say something that we know about gymnastics. But hey, why not just, not try to show them up and try to dominate the conversation in our own way. Let's just ask them a question. Let's let them go deeper. Because I love when the people that I care about are able to show that they love things, that they have passions. And I think that that's where people are also feel comfortable to grow. When the people that are around them actively and consistently show, hey, I'm interested in you, I'm interested in what you're doing, I'm interested in your passions, and I want to learn more about them because, your opinions matter and the things that you are doing matter. So if it's something that they're passionate about, hey, just let them have the lead on this.